All right, everybody, welcome back to the shop. We're still working on this 98 Chevy, 5.7 liter with 185,000 miles on it. The complaint is that the colder the temp, the longer it is to crank, and sometimes it's a no start if it's real cold. I'm going to pan down the steps I've done so far. You can stop the video if you need to look any further. The asterisk next to the fuel pressure rail is there because it has a good prime. It brings the pressure right up to about 60. But it does drop off quickly, and I have my own concerns about that. But and then the last bullet down there with the asterisk has to do with fuel, because this system is known to have a carbon buildup after some miles on it, and these are original to this truck. So with 185,000 miles, this is kind of the direction I'm going. But we're going to do a few checks before we get there. So after you all saw that list I did there on the refrigerator, I came out to the truck. I've been looking at some sensors. I'm trying to figure this thing out, and I'm about had it. I think I'm going to take up what Mike always says on his channel and just have someone else do it.
Well, I think you should have invited Eric O if you wanted somebody else to do it.
Well, it's a long drive for him. Well, thanks for coming down, Mike. We're going to play around with this truck and see if we can figure something out.
No problem, my pleasure. Glad to be here.
All right, I have my red lead connected to the yellow wire, which is the 5-volt reference T-pin there. Now, my concern was that it wasn't being pulled all the way to ground, and this screen is really hard to see. You guys can't see it. I can barely see it, but it is in fact a 5-volt reference, and it's being pulled all the way to ground. So, all right, it's the next morning, and it's right there in the area. The temperature sensor is 28. I think is, what is that? Yeah, 28.3.
It's like one of those that comes on like all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah.
You're not recording that, are you?
Yeah, I missed that part.
I gotta go.
He's just setting up the all-tail to check her temperature.
30 Fahrenheit.
30, yeah, it's within 2 degrees, okay. So we're trying to do fuel injector balance test. That's one thing the all-tail has given us the capabilities of. It has bi-directional control. But we've noticed that when we turn the fuel pump on, it bleeds off pretty quickly. So we can never tell if it's bleeding off because of the fuel injectors firing. Now we hear the fuel injectors firing. They do sequence. But it's hard to designate, pounds that we're losing per injector, because this thing wants to drop off anyway. So it does stabilize there around 20. We might fire an injector here and see if we can see something.
I'll fire injector 1.
Okay.
But you're only at 20.
Yeah, it's down to 20 now.
Wow. That's not right.
Yeah, it's still dropping too. So that one, I didn't even see it move. All right, so we're just going to do a cold start and see if it even cranks. We already primed the fuel pump. You can see a little bit of pressure there. I'll recycle the key, and the one thing we notice is it does drop off pretty fast.
It's fixed.
There you go. That actually surprised me. We think, since it started, it's actually, we didn't do anything to fix it, but that's kind of surprised me. On a 28-degree day, she ran. So I think I'm going to close this out. Next video on this truck will probably be changing out the fuel injector. So Mike, thanks for all the help. Appreciate it. Thanks for the new toys. And while Mike was here, we extended the garage so we have a place to park the tractor. So it's been quite a busy last few days. But anyway, guys, we're going to close it out here, and thanks for coming along. Not really showing a fix on this yet, but we're down to the fuel injectors. We've done all the other tests now, so we're done. Thanks a lot.